Today I'm extremely excited for our video because I'm back with Emrys McCrite 4 years later. This video is, as y'all can see, a sequel to the last video that we did together, the ENFJ deep dive video with Emrys, and pretty much like explaining what the ENFJ type is.
The majority of the major changes that have happened could be summarized by saying that rather than identifying as an evangelical Christian, I am mainly structuring my life and my philosophical and theological thinking around non-dual spirituality. So I'll leave that up to your listeners to what extent that classifies me as following Jesus' teachings and to what extent that still classifies me as a Christian.
We're going to switch roles right now, or not switch roles, but
all right, guys, welcome back to my channel.
And now we're going to actually talk about some ENFJ misconceptions.
FE often seeing the differences between people, and rather than bringing them together by eliminating differences, it sees ways in which those differences can more efficiently communicate with each other and understand each other, and ways in which the unique characteristics of an individual can be influenced or altered by the characteristics of others.
You froze again. Bruh. There's some spiritual forces that are really keeping you from divulging the mystical wonders of the interpersonal sociogram.
Demons are my Wi-Fi, man. I think the idea that you were raised by a chill and charming Iro has done more for me understanding you as a person than just about anything in the last. Touch is a form of vulnerability, and vulnerability is easier when you feel an emotional connection with another person, obviously.
The same naked body can turn off many people and disgust them, and also arouse many people. When I show you when I start taking off mine, like, will you accept the blemishes?
On the outside, I'd be like, oh, I know. But on the inside, I'm like, ah! I often find difficulty in accepting myself as a teacher. Ooh, this is a spicy one. To me, flirting is not an automatic indicator of a desire for romantic or sexual interaction.
Yeah.
You can go from that to taking all that energy and putting it right on one person, eye contact, as all my talking with my hands would indicate.
I think that, and Jamila's told me this, she said that I'm like highly flirtatious, and I agree with her. So my whole thing is just like, what's the worldview that these people are coming from? And me being able to like try to understand their perspective then helps me to, instead of like just combating it with aggression, now it's able to like, hey, let's put all of our weapons down and let's just have a civil conversation.
Curious how much it's an ENFJ trait and how much it's a trait of people who are strongly leaning toward an intellectual perspective.
Also,
oh yes, please, if you're like not interested, please don't just sit there and like, suffer through it.
Stadium of silence.
You're not flirting with me. Oh God, I have to reevaluate this entire conversation.